Kazakhstan is set to expand the range of economic and investment cooperation. Investor-friendly environment as well as tax and visa benefits offered to investors in Kazakhstan cause great interest among foreign business people. Since Kazakhstan gained independence, Hungary invested $200 million into the Kazakh economy. Trade between the two countries totaled $155 million last year, and in the first quarter of this year, there are more than 60 Hungary-invested enterprises in Kazakhstan.
Порядка 3 меморандумов заключается с нашими местными органами самоуправления.
Hungarian officials signed 3 memorandums with the Kazakh authorities aimed to strengthen cooperation in water resource management. Hungary has the advanced experience in the European Union in terms of water purification and water loss management. Deputy Prime Minister Varga gave a direct instruction to the Hungarian business people to open joint enterprises in Kazakhstan and beyond.
Центральная Азия, СНГ и прежде всего ЕАЭС.
Kazakhstan's investment opportunities were presented to the American entrepreneurs in the New York Chamber of Commerce. Kazakhstan's Consul General in New York, Jibek briefed the meeting participants about Kazakhstan's business opportunities and the capacity of the Astana International Financial Center. Last year, the amount of funds invested in Kazakhstan has increased by 15.8% and totaled $24 billion.
Интерес есть у американского бизнеса и
There is an interest in American business, and it is important that Kazakhstan has a good mechanism. The Coordinating Council is dealing with solving the existing issues faced by investors in the country. Our goal is to mentor and provide investment opportunities to large businesses as well as small and medium-sized enterprises. They invest their money in other countries because America is a large market and New York is the world's first financial center. There are many companies here. Turkish businessmen intend to strengthen economic cooperation with Kazakhstan. The areas that they want to invest in include furniture production, light industry, agriculture, and renewable energy. The businessmen spoke highly of the investment potential in Kazakhstan. It is also worth noting on the Astana International Financial Center, which works according to the English law.
Ve Türk dünyasında beşiği.
Kazakhstan is a gate to Eurasian continent and the cradle of all Turkic nations. The country is important to us. It's been only 27 years since the country's independence, but Kazakhstan is well known globally. Kazakhstan is the world's 9th biggest country. Its diverse oil industry is well known as well. Turkey is also a country which has a developed investment industry with entrepreneurs and investors. Our businesses are investing in a number of countries. The total volume of fixed capital investments in Kazakhstan between January and February 2019 is recorded at nearly $3.5 billion. The number is 4.2% higher than the value in the same period in 2018. By 2022, Kazakhstan plans to attract $118 billion in foreign direct investments, whereby out of the total investments, $24.6 billion will be used for increasing the efficiency of businesses in the country. A railroad link connecting China, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan and Iran has a vast transport potential. At the moment, the multi-country route attracts new investors and trade companies. The rail line currently connects 4 countries and plays an important role as one of the key routes aimed to revive the Great Silk Road. The railway currently operates in a pilot test mode. Freights along this railroad will be delivered 3 times faster and cheaper compared to sea routes. In the upcoming months, Iran is expected to welcome 2 container trains from Beijing. The Islamic Republic is primarily interested in receiving freights such as equipment, metals, and agricultural products. There are lots of products and cargoes which can be delivered using this railroad, and Iran needs many of them. There is a high demand in Iran in agricultural products, car components, and many other items. We can see that Iran and Kazakhstan are paying great interest in the project. Perhaps we were the first countries to see the railroad's vast potential. According to experts, the traffic along the railroad is increasing every year. Experts also believe that the heavier workload will definitely bring the country's additional dividend. This route is important for Tehran due to the political, economic and social reasons. There is a certain agreement between Iran, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan and China, outlining that this railroad should be operated as the main railway line. Unfortunately, Iranian entrepreneurs have not developed the habit of using this rail route for their business operations. Iranian experts believe that the railroad will open additional markets and business opportunities for Kazakhstan and will help establish new partnership in countries such as India or the United Arab Emirates. Meanwhile, Iran may start providing subsidies for business people that will use this route to transfer their goods. There is a possibility that Russia and European countries will join the project in the near future. Kazakhstan is one of Uzbekistan's top 3 partners in foreign trade turnover, besides China leading the list. The Belt and Road Initiative, launched by China, will revive the ancient Silk Road and build connectivity between Asia and Europe. The Western Europe-Western China Highway in Kazakhstan will provide a solid foundation for the economic initiative. Experts say that the Hayratan-Mazar-i-Shafir railway line between Uzbekistan and Afghanistan provides vast opportunities. Uzbekistan also plans to expand the railroad up to the city of Herat, which will allow the country to access the sea through Afghanistan and Iran. If we extend the railroad from Mazar-i-Shafir and Herat up to Iran's Chabahar port, it will positively affect the sales of goods and services in Uzbekistan and other Central Asian countries. This project provides transit opportunities for Iranian ports to transport freights and transit through Afghanistan and the East Sea. This example shows the importance of the Belt and Road Initiative project.
Bu mega proyekt, yani bir makon bir yo'l mega proyekti ega ekanligini mana shu bitta misoldan ham ko'rishimiz mumkin.
The Gentle Indifference of the World by Kazakh director Adilkhan Yerzhanov won 2 awards at Ak-Ilbir's National Film Awards in Bishkek. At the decision of the awards jury, the film won in various nominations, such as the Best Film of Central Asia and the Best Actress of Central Asia, won by actress in the leading role Dinara Bakhtibayeva. Her character experiences serious difficulties in life and tries to stand against the challenges.
Despite
all the challenges that you will have to face in your life, you should never give up or lose hope. It is also very important to always be connected to your inner child or the little girl that you have once been. Don't lose the innocence, hope and faith in the good and beautiful things in life. This is the 8th ceremony of the Kyrgyz National Film Awards. In 2012, well-known filmmakers decided to establish a film awards in Kyrgyzstan to recognize the best achievements in the film industry. In addition, local cinematographers have their own vision of the cinema. Due to the signature style and a unique perception of filmmaking, Tajik film director and cameraman Davlat Nazar Khudonazarov received a special award at Ak-Ilbirs.
Кино – это визуальное искусство. Вначале надо это видеть.
Cinema is visual arts. I believe that we need to first see and hear second. Although I was involved in many activities as I was directing, wrote scripts and was engaged in politics, public activities and rights advocacy throughout my career, camera work remained as my main activity.
Защитником все равно нутро мое осталось операторское.
23 films competed for the awards at Ak-Ibirs. The best films were identified in 13 categories in various filmmaking genres, ranging from documentaries to the Audience Awards. According to experts, this year's awards featured many interesting and unique films. Specialists also recognize that the short list of Ak-Ibirs awards includes works produced by almost all well-known film studios in Central Asia. The film The Song of the Tree collected the biggest number of awards after winning 8 nominations. 20-year-old winner of the 100 New Faces of Kazakhstan project, Serik Yesmatov, never gives up. Serik was an active student at school. He was engaged in swimming, football, boxing, and was singing in a choir created by himself. At the age of 13, Serik lost both his legs, but it didn't stop him. After overcoming his fears and doubts, the young man resumed his swimming and weightlifting trainings. Serik Yesmatov became the captain of Kazakhstan's Paralympic youth volleyball team. The athlete currently helps people with disabilities to start living a full life, think positively, and help other people.
В один из таких прекрасных дней, возвращаясь домой с плавания, я был очень сильно уставшим.
One day I was going back home from my swimming training. I was very tired. My body was in pain and I had a large heavy bag. It was before noon. The sun was high and it was very hot. I was wearing my thermal underwear and was dressed warmly. I live in Almaty 1 district near the railway station. I had to cross railway tracks to get home. As I was crossing, at that moment, a train was passing by that section. The train passed by every 5 to 7 minutes, if I am not mistaken. However, life difficulties did not break down the young man, but instead it made him stronger and tougher. Serik Yesmatov's courage and dedication allowed him to reach new achievements.
Было тяжело, но я не знаю, как это получилось. Кто-то говорит дух, кто-то говорит закалка с детства.
It was not easy for me to regain my power and accomplish sports achievements. Some people say that my inner strength helped me, or the fact that I was training since young age. Some people say that my sports trainings helped me keep up my spirits. I believe that I was greatly empowered by my parents and my brothers. Their love, support, and conversations motivated me to live a full life. I was motivated by myself and my parents.
По-настоящему жил. Вот говорят, мотивация была хорошая. От самого себя, от родителей.
The athlete believes that self-belief allowed him to get back to life. Serik Yesmatov has an eventful life as he has everyday trainings, achieves victories at international competitions, and meets Kazakhstan's first president. The athlete conducts trainings to provide advice to those in trouble. Serik Yesmatov is also planning to release a collection of his own songs. Mining and metallurgical culture take its root from the country of the Great Steppe. The statement is proved by the display of exhibits at the Jibek Museum of History of Mining and Smelting. Some of the achievements made in the metallurgical industry, starting from molten lances to spacecraft products, were presented at the museum. The ancient melting furnace is the most valuable and attractive display at the Jibek Museum, which has more than 12,000 valuable exhibits.
Ежелгі жезқазған пешінің жұмыс істейтін макеті.
This is an ancient model of Jibek furnace. The process is very simple. It is blown through the two-sided tube. Two large blacksmiths are placed on both sides. The air is blown into it through them. The metallurgical oven is one of the furnaces that were located above ground. Ordinary metals are smelted using several furnace samples. Most importantly, it occurs without waste and it is very effective.
Қона дәуірінің қоныстарының ерекшелігі.
The uniqueness of the Bronze Age is that it uses technology that preserves heat. It is due to the fume that passed through the chimney furnace and through the walls of the settlement.
Қалдықсыз технологиямен пайдаланылған.
The inhabitants of the Kazakh land in the Bronze Age learned and created metals. This has formed the civilization of the Kazakh land. It is proved by the many exhibits showcased in the museum.
Қола дәуірінің тайпасының адамдары.
People of the Bronze Age tribes have discovered that when stones are heated to a certain degree, there are purple-colored flows coming out from the midst of the stones. This is how the metallurgy work started. These people understood that they can use this purple flow to turn it into a certain shape to form something. There are other valuable exhibits in the museum as well. For example, underground equipment was brought from London in the last century. The equipment was transported to Russia by train to the sacred Kazakh land. Kazakhstan's culture and customs attract the attention of foreigners. Student of Tokyo University of Foreign Studies, Takuro Uichi, plans to write his thesis in Kazakhstan. He majors in Mongolian language, but the young philologist has become interested in Kazakh starting from his sophomore year. It started when he was introduced to the Kazakh literature. Takuro liked the epic Alpamis Batır very much that it became the reason why he started to study the Kazakh language and the lifestyle and traditions of Kazakhs.
кітапты Сақай Хироки деген бір осы универде сабақ беретін мұғалімі аударып қазақ тілі және қарақалпақ
This book was translated into Japanese by Kazakh teacher Sakai Hiroki, who works at our university. After reading the book, I wanted to learn more about Kazakhstan and its rich history, traditions, and culture. I started attending his lectures. I realized that Kazakh grammar is very similar to Japanese grammar. I think Japanese would not find it difficult to master Kazakh language.
өте оңай екенін байқадым. Мысалға қазақ тілінің жүйесі жапон тіліне қатты ұқсайды.
23-year-old Takuro Uichi visited Kazakhstan 2 years ago under the university student exchange program. He said that the 10-month visit has been very fruitful for him. He improved his Kazakh language skills due to regular classes and daily practice. The Japanese student currently has another goal, which is to visit Kizilorda region.
қазір мен Korkut Ata.
I am researching primary sources on Kazakh poet, singer, and composer Korkut Ata. For this research purpose, I plan to go to his home region, Kizilorda region, in order to collect information about him. I work part-time 3 days a week to save money so that I can travel to Kazakhstan. This trip would be unforgettable should someone could accompany me, especially to Kizilorda region, where I can find sources for my research and theses.
сөйтіп ақша жинап Қазақстанға барамын.
Takuro's thesis is due early next year. The philologist admits that there are very few Kazakh textbooks and literature at his university library. The Japanese student is confident that if there is enough supply, more people will learn the language of the country of the Great Steppe, Kazakhstan. Resident of Taushik village in Mangistau region, Medina Orazgalieva creates handmade decorations for yurts such as tuskiyes, baskur, and sirmak. Medina says that each item has a deep meaning. She devoted 60 years to the art. The applied art master has repeatedly become the best in a number of competitions. As a result, her works are displayed in the museum. Today, Medina teaches her daughter-in-laws and grandchildren to master her art. We wind each of these threads on a spindle, passing beads through them. Then we sew them here. Medina says that it takes almost a year to finish the decoration of the whole yurt, including the felt covering, and it takes nearly 6 to 8 months to make a tapestry, which is used to fasten a kerege. Many people say that it's impossible to make such a number of products alone. I use weaving machines, and with my hands, I can make 2 decorations for yurts at once. I embroider the ornaments in different ways and adaptations. I put them in different places so they do not get tangled. Despite her old age, Medina Orazgalieva continues to make new products. Recently, she made a lamp with national style for the yurt. She usually organizes master classes in Aktau. School children and students visit her to get acquainted with her and view her creative products. The craftswoman is also known outside of the region, given that orders for her products have come from all over Kazakhstan. Medina Orazgalieva said that she tries to keep and share her knowledge of the best practices of Kazakh applied art to the younger generation. Well-known pianist and laureate of international competitions, Daniyar Yesimkhanov, performed at a concert in Astana Opera. The musician dedicated the event to the 75th birth anniversary of his teacher, People's Artist of the USSR, Vladimir Krainev. The pianist said that his teacher has helped him tremendously in developing his style of performance. Vladimir Krainev was one of the most prominent pianists in the late 20th century. He was an absolutely phenomenal artist. Moreover, the legendary pianist had an unofficial title of the state pianist in the Soviet era because he was invited to perform at all major events. I was lucky enough to attend his classes for almost 11 years. After graduating from school, I went to study at the Hanover University of Music, Drama and Media. The evening program featured outstanding masterpieces by Sebastian Bach, Ludwig van Beethoven, Franz Liszt, and Sergei Rachmaninoff. The talented pianist is warmly welcome at home in Europe and the USA.